Nissan's little Juke crossover takes its first step into the electrified era with this hybrid variant. Compared to the ordinary version, you get both more power and greater efficiency, though with a considerably higher price tag.
Nissan may have been one of the pioneers in EV motoring, but the brand's been slow to react to customer demand for hybrids. It still can't sell you one you can plug in, but other petrol-electric bases now seem well covered. Mild hybrid tech was launched with the current 𝗙cie, which along with the larger 𝗙cie SUV also offers the company's clever e-power drivetrain, in which all the 1.5-litre petrol engine does is to supply energy for the electrical system. For an electrification option with the brand's smaller Juke crossover, we'd hope to see that innovative power plant reappear again. Instead, though, Nissan's opted for something a tad more conventional, updating the 4-cylinder 1.6-litre full hybrid petrol engine already familiar from several Renault models. It's a pricier alternative to the continuing old-tech 3-cylinder 1-litre DIGT petrol engine that most choose in the Juke, but there's the appealing combination of more power and better efficiency. Should Juke folk be tempted? Well, you'll need the usual thorough car and driving road test to see. The numbers here certainly deserve a second glance. 20% better fuel economy, 25% more power, and all of it controlled by 3 hybrid drive modes and 6 gears, 4 for the engine and 2 for the EV system. Nissan says the whole confection is its own, but actually the Juke Hybrid drivetrain is basically the same one that Renault uses in the Clio, the Captur and the Arcana, albeit with changes made to the 1.6-litre petrol engine, which here develops 93 brake horsepower, and the setup's electric motor here putting out 48 brake horsepower and working with a 20 brake horsepower starter generator. Total system output is 141 brake horsepower. As with Renault, the e-motor is mounted within a 4-speed multimodal auto gearbox which manages both power sources. What we haven't seen before on any Renault is this Nissan's e-pedal function, which increases regenerative braking right to the point where the car can slow down to 5 miles an hour when you come off the throttle. It also improves water cooling for the compact 1.2 kilowatt-hour battery, which always powers the car from start off and which can take you to 34 miles an hour without troubling fossil fuel. Once you crest the EV speed barrier, the powertrain switches into series hybrid mode, where the engine charges the battery. That's great for urban driving. And at high speeds or under heavy acceleration, the whole setup reverts to parallel mode, in which both the e-motor and the engine drive the wheels. Nissan has had to tweak the springs and dampers to accommodate the hybrid system's extra 100 kilos of weight, and it's done so with settings it hopes will be firm enough to assure this Juke's urban status as the roundabout superstar. Their words, not ours. In other words, don't expect a cosseting ride over the speed humps. Get out on the open road and the 62 miles an hour sprint is dispatched in 10.1 seconds. That's 1.7 seconds quicker than the conventional 1-litre DIGT model. If you know your Jukes, there's quite a lot to set this hybrid version apart. Not only hybrid badges on the front wings and the boot lid, but also gloss black trimming and smarter mesh for the partially blanked off front grille, which has an active radiator shutter. There are also extra aerodynamic components to smooth airflow around the front wheels, while if you scrabbled underneath, you'd also find a rear axle cover which reduces turbulence underneath the car. As with the conventional Juke model, Nissan has, in recent times, redesigned the rear spoiler, revised the bumpers, and also added different wheel options. The interior is a little different in this hybrid model too, with a revised instrument dial setup which shows the amount of power being supplied. The Binnacle's 7-inch digital screen also shows energy flow as you drive. Now the Juke unfortunately hasn't adopted the more sophisticated infotainment screen from Nissan's larger 𝗙cie and 𝗙cie models, so the 8-inch central display here in this second generation version, the one it's always had, continues, and it is beginning to show its age. Still, it does include most of what you'd need, with navigation and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, smartphone mirroring, and an upgraded Bose audio system can be added here too. As in the ordinary Juke, space in the rear seat is fairly cramped by class standards, but it will be fine for a couple of kids. Bear in mind that with this hybrid model, having to package the battery beneath the cargo area floor significantly reduces boot space from 422 litres with the standard 1 litre model to 354 litres with this hybrid. Nissan doesn't offer the two base Juke trim levels, 𝗙cie and 𝗙cie, with the hybrid powertrain. And that partly explains why the Juke Hybrid looks a tad pricey. The starting figure for base end connector trim is up at around £27,500. An equivalent 1 litre auto model would save you around £1,800. An equivalent 1 litre manual would save you around £3,200. The 1 litre Juke range starts at around £21,000. If you want a plusher version of this hybrid model, there are Tecna and, as in this case, Tecna Plus derivatives with pricing up to around £30,500. At least you get plenty of kit for the prices being asked. Even end connector trim gets you 19-inch alloy wheels, all-round parking sensors, keyless entry, an intelligent around view monitor, and Nissan Connect navigation with TomTom traffic information. There's also power folding mirrors, automatic climate control, rain sensing wipers, an auto dimming rear view mirror. There are heated front seats too. There's a heated windscreen, and there's also a clever luggage board system for the boot. In terms of options, well, you'll probably want the two-tone paint finish that we have here. In this case, we have magnetic blue with a black pearl roof. In all its forms, the hybrid also comes with the brand's ProPilot Assist Pack, which gives you intelligent driver alertness to detect driver drowsiness, blind spot intervention, rear cross traffic alert, intelligent cruise control, a moving object detection system too to help with safer low-speed manoeuvring. There's lane keep assist, and there's also traffic jam pilot, which effectively drives the car for you in traffic queues. Let's get to the figures. This Juke Hybrid manages combined cycle fuel consumption of up to 57.6 miles per gallon, 56.5 mpg further up the range, and CO2 emissions from 115 grams per kilometre. That compares with 40.9 miles per gallon and 133 grams per kilometre for the equivalently specified 1 litre GIGT 114 model. So the 20% fuel economy improvement claim stacks up, more than stacks up in fact. We haven't come across anyone though who has achieved those figures in a Juke Hybrid. In reality, expect MPG figures in the late 40s to be more typical, which might not completely meet your expectations. To give you some class perspective, a rival Toyota Yaris Cross Hybrid, that can return around 60 miles per gallon. Even to achieve the real-world figure that we've just given for this Nissan, you need to make full use of this car's clever one-pedal brake regen technology. This is something that few other self-charging hybrids have, and as soon as you turn on the e-pedal system and you lift off the accelerator, you'll feel the car clawing back energy for the battery. There's an energy monitor on the central screen, and that shows that happening in real time. As with the conventional model, service intervals come around every 12 months or 12,500 miles, depending on which comes soonest. As part of any Nissan dealer visit with your car, you'll be provided with a free courtesy vehicle and a video health check of your Juke that you can watch later on your phone or computer. Nissan also provides a 3-year, 60,000 mile warranty as standard, and that can be lengthened to 4 years, but with the same mileage cap. This recognises that most drivers of small SUVs tend to cover lower distances, but it aims to give added peace of mind to those who are looking to keep the car for longer. And in case of any problems, there's breakdown assistance with roadside help included with this car's protection package. Insurance is Group 14E to 15E. Nissan wants us to believe that this Juke Hybrid gives you the advantages of EV motoring without the downsides. It doesn't quite work out like that, which is frustrating because using the e-Power drivetrain from the larger 𝗙cie would have brought that grand objective a little closer to real-world reality. The slightly less sophisticated and more conventional 1.6-litre hybrid power plant that features here can't deliver e-Power style efficiency, but it does at least have some extra features that other hybrids lack, notably the clever e-pedal brake regeneration system. This Juke is better to drive than most of its rivals too. We do wish the price premium over the ordinary 1-litre model wasn't quite so great, but if you can stretch to it and you want a stepping stone in this class to full EV motoring, then this could be it.